Again, welcome to Robben Island. And we're very, very happy here today for two very good reasons. One is the weather is in your favor today.
Amen.
Of course, yes, yesterday, last week we had to cancel boats coming to the island. High sea swell, strong wind. And the boats later on afternoon they're going to cancel that too. Early this morning the wind was extremely strong on the island. And we as the workers, we were hoping that the wind's going to last throughout the day.
Come on, man.
So we're very happy and privileged for the weather, and also, ladies and gentlemen, we're very happy and privileged that you sit so nice and comfortable. One person. I was sitting there on the outside. And I could see the worry look and the stampede in everybody's eyes, especially the ladies. And her worrisome look question to me was, will everybody get into this one single seater? But lady, one thing you must always remember, never forget. Although you are from the mainland onto the island, you are still in Africa. And in Africa there's always a space and a room for another person. Buses in our language are never full. Robben Island, you just had one experience, prison life. Now accept that the island was a place of banishment for political prisoners. Many other things happen on the island too. And on our journey now around the island, I'm going to touch on all these little stories. The makeup of Robben Island over hundreds and hundreds of years. And also, my friends, what makes the island so unique. So many nationalities touch down here, from all over the world, over the hundreds and hundreds of years. You name the country in the world, it was either on the island or played a meaningful contribution to our freedom. Where we are today, at least, to tell the story. And just to test my theory for 1 minute, you are from which country, brother? Which country are you from?
Scotland, we're from Glasgow.
My friend, the Scottish too on Robben Island at one stage. You see the harbour where you got off? 1941, it was a Scottish engineer by the name of John Craig who built that harbour there. Remember, the Scottish were great engineers before they became British.
Wow.
You start the war all over again, eh? But you played a big role in our freedom. I'll touch on your contribution. You are from.
You also.
My friends, Americans like the Scottish and so many other countries, you played a role in our freedom. South Africans, I was part of the struggle against the old government, and I traveled the world extensively in search for support for the fight down here. But one country I've never been to, the USA. And lady, I so much want to go to America for two reasons. One is my second hobby is astronomy, stargazing. And you've got the best and best of space observatory stations in the world. I say it in case the lady over here is an astronomer, so that you can invite me over. But with a look in her eyes, she cannot differentiate the moon from the sun. And my American lady, the second reason why I really want to go to America before I die, I want to go to Graceland. I grew up in an Elvis Presley home. You name the Elvis song, I can sing it for you. But I'll get to your contributions like the Scottish. Is there any other country perhaps?
Germany.
Who's from Germany? My friends, the Second World War, Robben Island turned into a military base. You see what happened down there affected us right down there. But you too played a role in our freedom. I've been to your country. In those days was East and West. I've been to East Germany. They gave us military training to fight the old government. And the Germans so much tried to teach me the German language. I got 1,010 German words under my tongue. But what I can't think of the German language. Das, der, da, di, da. And I always say, one day when I take over Germany, I'm going to change your language. That's complicated. Is there any other country?
Canada.
From?
Canada.
My friends, the Canadians too played a big role in our freedom. I'll touch on their great contributions. As I'm talking to you here now, all the Canadians in Canada, they are running at the moment like chickens without a head. Anybody looking for a job, they do not have a prime minister at the moment. So send your CV to me, I'll make sure that you get a job as prime minister. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to ring off, but I'll get to there. There's no other countries. One.
I'm from Eswatini.
That's our neighboring country, my friends, South Africans. In the days of our struggle, you want to run away from the security police, get into old Swaziland. Okay. Once in Swaziland was a British protectorate. Then the people in Swaziland supplied with false passports to travel across the globe. British government pick you up and take you away. That was my route. You still give out false passports, right? My friends, otherwise one last country.
Denmark.
We're from Denmark.
Yeah.
My friends, I've been to the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Denmark and Sweden. You harbored our freedom fighters, many of them. And it was Queen Catharina, I think that was our main person that supported us financially. But what I can tell you about the good side of the Danish, I spent a lot of time in Norway and in Sweden. But I was 24 when I reached your country. The Norwegian and the Swedish ladies didn't like me very much. But the Danish ladies were fighting over me.
Wow. player.
You still fight over your man there? Otherwise, the very first political prisoner to Robben Island, 1653. The very last to have left the island a free man, 1991. So you can imagine what happened in between the 2 dates. But at the end of the day, we'll have to come back to the rest of the world and say thank you to you. During the days of our struggle for freedom, it was your countrymen who came back, supported us in the struggle, brought us where we are today, at least to tell the story. And on our journey around the island, I'll make sure I'll come back to your great contributions. And you say, Robben.
I live in UK,
That's England.
England, yes.
From my friend from England, if I were you, I would have kept quiet. But one minute I thought you were from India.
No, I'm
Never desert India today. Because 300 years ago, the Indians too were political prisoners on the island. Can you believe it? 300 years ago?
Gandhi was here.
My friends, I'll get to that story later too, how they landed as prisoners on the island. Finally, the old African slogan. In Africa we say, why is it that the Indian can never win a soccer match? You know why? Because whenever they get a corner, they want to open up a shop down there.
That is hilarious.